friends. I just want to share information of our relocation to the Dominican Republic. It has been officially 1 month and we are loving it here. So I just wanted to let you know what are the pros and cons, things that we have learned with this process, and what has us excited and other things that are not as exciting. So initially, when this idea of relocating to the Dominican Republic came up, the first thing that came to my mind was the struggles that we experienced, or that I experienced while I was living here, and growing up here. I moved out of the country when I was 15 years old. So all I could remember was the poverty, the struggles, lack of everything. So just thinking that it would be the same if I relocated. That's all I could think of. It was uncomfortable to be here, but I just never connected the dots that it was just lack of resources. I just didn't have the resources I needed in order to be comfortable or to have all the things that I needed. But relocating to the Dominican Republic, once you have a sense of support financially, it's just a different experience. And not knowing that, I was scared to relocate. But once I made the move, I learned that a lot of things is just that lack of resources. Many Dominicans living below their means just because they don't have the ability to have things that are so basic in America but appear to be a luxury here, like a TV, air conditioner, running water, and all of that. So the reality is that once you relocate and you actually have the funds to be able to have these basic needs met, it is actually quite enjoyable to be here. It's a beautiful place in every sense. And if you think about nature, you are in the middle of it. Or if you think about connection with people, it's amazing as well. So it's not so individualistic as it is in other places. Here is just a sense of community that goes above what I have experienced in other places. I feel more relaxed, and it's something that I guess comes with the culture of being here. Everybody's very laid back, which in some cases can be so positive. In other cases, you're like, oh, let's speed up things. But that's just the quick intro of how I feel. So some struggles that we have experienced with this relocation is the say and do ratio, which is big for me. So people will tell you they will do things, so and they might not come through with that. So let's say with us viewing properties, real estate agents will tell you we will meet this day, or we will meet this time, and they'll cancel on you in the last moment. They will not show up on time. There's no regard for time. Or they will tell you that they're going to do something and they don't do it. So it's like a sense of lack of respect to their own words. Many people say things and then they don't fulfill that, and they don't see that as a big concern. For me, it's like, you are your words. If you are not able to fulfill what you said that you will fulfill, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. So slow service, we on every sense. Every time that you request anything, it takes time. We know that probably I got the accustomed in a bad way to everything fast, everything microwave speed. That's not the case here. If you need to set up electricity, it's going to take time. If you need to get anything fixed, it's going to take time. If you need anybody to do anything for you, it's going to take time. So everything is pretty slow and laid back, and that's one of the things that I mentioned, that the relaxed culture can be a good thing and sometimes not so good. And that's one of those things. You can go to a restaurant and they can take their sweet time. You can go to rent a car or a park or whatever, and everybody's going to take their time. And when you rush or you mention the sense of urgency, they call it out. They say, just take it easy. Like, you are rushing too much. They don't feel that regular timing of things is normal. I'll say some lack of common sense on and bureaucracy and processes. I have been trying to do, for example, my children's dual citizenship since I'm Dominican, and they just government offices in general have made it impossible for me. So I changed my last name. So instead of the old last name, I had a new last name at the time that I declared my kids when I had them. They don't like that, and they don't see the straight line that I started with this name and then I switched to this name due to marriage. They can't see that. I went to get phone service, and I couldn't get the more advanced system, which I need because I'm running through my data as if I'm in the States, and it's actually not like that here. You're not supposed to be using your phone so much. I went there and they told me that I couldn't get the more advanced service because I didn't have any credit. And I was like, okay, can I pay for 12 months? And they were like, nope, you can't do that. Even if you pay all the year of service that you will have, we can't give you the more advanced phone service. So right now, and that's another one that I think I had written down here. When my phone service is out of data or out of minutes and I'm in a random place, I don't know how to get back home. I don't know how to recharge my phone, or reload my phone with minutes and internet. So my map doesn't work. I don't have the ability to call anyone for help. And that's, again, because I had the basic service. I was not allowed to get the other service. That goes to the lack of common sense. Like if I'm paying you for the entire service, I'm not stealing anything from you. And that is everywhere. You go to a theme park and you have to show your all your identification, complete some forms, sign several disclosures. It's just like you're buying a home. It's like let me go in. It's just a theme park. So things that happen here. Not everything is online. So signing up for services, you gotta go in person. There's no online of that. Locating places. Let's say you want to know where this place is or where to go to eat. Not everything is online. If you want to find a mechanic, or not everybody's business is online. So it's a lot of navigating and driving and finding places because people don't do things online, like completing a form so that you can have it completed, and then that's not a thing. E-signatures, that's not a thing. So that's something that I gotta get used to while being in the Dominican Republic. I already talked about the internet and phone service, electricity and running water, and some places can run out. For example, I was at an Airbnb and I asked, because I don't want the risk of missing work, or Anthony missing work, I asked if there was running water and internet and electricity. They were like, oh good, but I spent 2 days with no water or electricity. They did have a generator, so we don't have to be in the dark, but at the same time the internet was going in and out. So that's something that you have to deal with, just due to and it's not nobody's fault, it's just the way that it is here. Something that I need to get used to. Roads, so for example, roads, you have roads that are not built yet, or you have roads that are poorly built or that are damaged. So that is another complication that there is when you are traveling. Higher cost of some certain services or certain things if people know that you travel. So the pricing that is the regular pricing for someone might not be the pricing for you if they find out that you travel, and that kind of line up on unfairness, because if it's a service, if it's food, if it's anything that is being sold, selling it at a higher price to certain people versus others, I don't know. I think it's unfair. You tell me what you think about that. And then the last one is the expectation of adulting. I was here when I was 15 and under, so I don't know how to do many things here in the country that are for adults, just because I never done them before. Language, most of my adult language is in English, so learning how to say things or ask things, I find people correcting me because I don't know what I'm saying. But those are some of the negatives. Some of the positives, we feel happier. We feel the interactions with nature, interaction with other people is just a blessing that is needed and being overlooked in other places. So in general, we wake up and it's like more positive than what it was. We feel healthier in different ways. We haven't been able to work out per se or go to the gym. We are having better sleep, better diet, so we can feel healthier in general. My son hasn't been experiencing as much asthma as he was before, so that tells me that, you know, we're moving towards the right direction. I feel like we are more unplugged of online world, and we are socially more connected with people. Wherever you go, you will find people that are talking to you. Everyone has an opinion, everybody has something to say. You will be talking to a lot of people. You go anywhere and people are willing to help and willing to talk to you. So even if you don't want to talk to, you're gonna be talked to because that's how people are here. Food quality. Oh, food is so amazing here that it's a little bit scary because sometimes we tend to overeat when something is so yummy and so fresh. But at the same time, it's healthier and we enjoy that. Relief psychologically, so we don't feel as anxious. We feel a little bit more relaxed than what we were before. I don't find that we are on top of a calendar, on top of a alarm. I used to have like 7-8 alarms per day on my phone. I don't have any alarms now. We wake up naturally and go to sleep naturally, which is something interesting. I don't know what that is about, but that's something that happens here. The freedom, the patience, and the lack of rush. We're not rushing through things. I find myself being more patient. Like I can't stay at a local office waiting for somebody to do something, and I can be there for 1-2 hours and I can be relaxed about it. Before I used to be like, there's no way, and always rushing. But I see that fading and me becoming more patient. So that's always a good thing. Affordability. I find that many things are cheap. As I mentioned, some people tend to overcharge if they know that you are coming from the United States. But water here, drinking water is pretty affordable. Electricity is not as much, but running water is affordable. Many local foods are affordable. When you buy certain things are affordable unless they are exported from other places. In that case, you will see the increases in fees and taxes for those. Diversity, places, people, food, it's everything. Like you can see all sort of people from every background, every type of careers, every type of looks. And food, every type of food that you can imagine, many fruits. And then places, you have rivers, you have mountains, you have beaches, there's always something to do. This is a method of finding and locating and getting to those places. But if you like, let's say, artificial places like theme parks, water parks, you can find that here. If you want natural places, there's natural pools and things like that are beautiful. And that keeps people entertained here. And lastly, gratefulness. I feel that every morning that I wake up, I feel so thankful. There's a lot of things to look forward to. There's my family, my kids. I see them growing up beautifully. Anthony's still working, but he is still enjoying what this country has to offer. Everybody's so nice and all open to people and willing. And that has no price. So thus far, in summary, we are loving it here. Still getting used to the things that are not so great, but just enjoying what the Dominican Republic has to offer, and very glad and thankful to God that we are here. Thanks for watching.